Hey there, welcome back friends. Let's continue our journey, and in this video we will start fresh. We will start with a very simple application, and later down the line we will discuss about the application which we are about to develop. So in this video we will start with a new slate. Just one small little thing, we are making use of Spring Tool Suite 4. This is the newer version of Spring Tool Suite which is available to us, so we will go with the later version. There are like minor changes in this tool suite, so again it will give you an insight about the newer version of Eclipse again. Alright, so what is a Spring Tool Suite? This is nothing but Eclipse with Spring specific features. Alright, now first of all let me start a new Spring project. Now what are the ways? We can definitely navigate to start.spring.io website, or we can also make use of this interface which we have. It is like Spring starter project. Let me click on this option. This will definitely navigate and connect with the start.spring.io website itself, and in here we will give the name as store. So we are about to develop a store type of application where we will list couple of smartphones. All right, so pretty standard stuff, and the group would be org.studyeasy, artifact would be store, package would be okay, demo project of Spring Boot. In fact, we will change it little further, store project for Spring Boot, and package would be org.studyeasy. Here we go. Let me click on next. Alright, so in here this interface has been upgraded a little. So in here, for example, you search for web. Now you need to select this option, Spring Web Starter. So select this option, and we will start very simple. We will start with only one dependency, which is Spring Web Starter. Let us click on next. Everything seems to be good enough. Let me click on finish. Alright, so this project will be downloaded from internet. Your system needs to be connected with the internet, and here is the project. This will take couple of seconds to download the dependency. The pom.xml will load the dependencies. It is showing some kind of warning, which is okay. This warning can be ignored, no issues. But to start with, let me quickly update this project. That would be better. Here we go. And now moving forward, if I show you, here we have this package org.studyeasy, and here we also have the main class, main method, and the class is a store application. It is a Spring Boot application, and we can also run this directly. So we can either run it as a Spring Boot app, or we can also run it as a Java application. We will use this option, Spring Boot application, Spring Boot app, and in the console we can check out this, and now we can quickly navigate to Google Chrome and navigate to localhost :8080. So our application is indeed working, and there is no dependency, there is no mapping for error or any page. So now moving forward, let us quickly stop this. First of all, whenever you make some changes and you want to restart or rerun the application, try to stop the application, else you will get some kind of issues. So take a note of it. Alright, so let me terminate the application, and now let me add a new class, and the package would be like org.studyeasy.app, or in fact let me give the name as store, and the name of the class would be store. And this would be not a RESTful API, this would be a simple Spring MVC application. It will load a web page, very simple. As of now, we are not talking about RESTful API, we are not talking about microservices, nothing. First of all, we will build a very simple UI, and once the UI is done, then we will create couple of microservices and connect with them. So interesting stuff is coming up. Alright, this is a controller, not a REST controller, rather this is a controller, right? This is cool. And here let me quickly create a public method. The return type would be string, very simple, and the name would be home. This will open up the home page, and this will return home. All right, pretty standard, pretty good. All right, and now we need to do what? We need to create a home.html page, right? So this would be very standard stuff. Now whenever we wish to add these what we say pages, we wish to create a Spring web application, in that case we need to add a folder by the name of web app. It is not by default added by the Spring Boot app. It will not be added by Eclipse. So in here I will right click, navigate to new, and add in this folder, which is web app. This stuff is something which we have already seen. There is a small little change which I will talk in just a minute. So in here, inside this web app, we can have a folder like webinf and metainf. One update, one small little update: whenever we are dealing with web application, never keep the view file inside the webinf folder. It is now not allowed, and you will get issues with the later version of Spring Boot. As a result, we will directly create a folder by the name of view. We won't worry about webinf folder as of now, and inside view we would be creating a new HTML page. Here we go, and the name would be home.html, and title would be home, or title would be store, and we will add couple of links, couple of stuff in here, but as of now let me type in hello there. Let me save the changes. And now before running this application, we need to also add some settings into our application.property file. Now what are these settings? These settings are very simple. Let me quickly Google for application.properties Spring Boot, and you will get this link from spring.io, and this link will give you a huge list of all the provided settings which we can add and configure. So let me quickly search for spring.mvc.view. These are the two settings. Let me quickly copy these two settings. Let me paste it in here, and let me add the values. So the prefix would be the path of the view folder. So it is like /view/ and the suffix, the extension is .html. All right. So I guess everything looks good to me, and let me quickly run this application as a Spring Boot app. Let me show you the console, and if everything is good enough, then in the home page we should get a very simple page, but it is not showing up. There is some kind of issue, I suppose. Everything seems to be good enough. Home.html. Oops, we have forgot a very important thing. We haven't added the mapping. Mapping is extremely important, which we have forgot. This is so damn silly. Let me save the changes. Let me stop. Stopping the application is very important, else you will get error. Let me run it as a Spring Boot app, and this will open up, and here is our home page. Hello there. This is nice, this is good. And now let us quickly add couple of links into our home page. So this would be based on two brands, so let's add them. So anchor tag, and it would be based on / maybe Samsung, and the link would be again Samsung. Let me copy this, paste it in here, and this time it would be like Apple, and the brand name would be Apple again. Cool enough. And we will make this as a unordered list, and these would be list. All right, so this looks good. And finally, let us also add a text, a heading. So h3 list of available brands. Here we go. And finally a horizontal row, so we will add HR tag. All right, let me rerun this application. Good enough. Let me open up the Google Chrome. Let me refresh list of available brands, Samsung and Apple. So when we click on Samsung, so the URL is /Samsung. When we click on Apple, the URL is /Apple. Now friends, as of now we don't have anything, and in order to list the products under Samsung or under Apple, we will use what? We will make use of a microservice, and we will contact a microservice, and we will receive the list from a microservice, and we will parse the result, and we will display the available products under the brand in our application. So something interesting is coming up, and we will check it in our next video. So this was a slate, this was the stage which we have built, and on this stage we will move forward, and we will discuss forward, and we will build more stuff. Alright, so having said that, this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.